Hey there, everyone. Jim here with Fantasy for the Ages, coming to you with another quick take episode today related to the Wheel of Time. If you enjoy this episode, be sure to like it. We hope you'll subscribe to our channel, and we encourage you to connect with us by making comments down below or all the other ways in the show notes like Discord, Twitter, other social medias. We'd love to hear from you and hear your thoughts. This is a follow up, basically, on my previous quick take episode saying the Wheel of Time is not for everyone. But here I want to make the argument of why you should read The Wheel of Time. Clear disclaimer, I'm a Wheel of Time fan, but I know not everyone is. Still, I want to make the case that if you're a fan of fantasy literature, you owe it to yourselves to try The Wheel of Time and to at least read some of it. I'd like to see you read the whole thing, of course, but that may be too big an ask for some of you. Here are my 5 reasons why any fantasy fiction fan is cheating themselves if they do not at least read some of The Wheel of Time. Number 1, what J.R.R. Tolkien was to fantasy fiction in general, Robert Jordan is to modern fantasy. The Wheel of Time set the bar for where fantasy could go in its world building, in its character development, in so many aspects of its series, in the breadth and depth of what was created. Many of today's successful modern fantasy authors fell in love with fantasy by reading The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, including Brandon Sanderson, one of the hottest authors out there today. Why? What is it that so inspired them? You deserve to find out for yourself. Be sure to take that into account. If you want street cred as a fantasy fiction fan, you gotta check out The Wheel of Time. Number 2, Jordan's use of foreshadowing is a master class on how you utilize this element in an excellent story. The foreshadowing is so embedded throughout the series, and things that are hinted at in book 1 don't have payoffs until book 15. There are elements and layers poured on throughout. It's not like all the foreshadowing pays off at the end. There are payoffs all the way through. But this is why The Wheel of Time is one of the favorite series people have to reread again and again, because there's so much to catch, so much foreshadowed. He had this all laid out, and the full amount of notes he left behind show how deeply he thought these things through and planned them out. No one does foreshadowing to the level Robert Jordan did, and you should experience that for yourself. Number 3, the world building Robert Jordan brought to this series raised the bar that Tolkien had established, and it opened up new possibilities to what you can create. Keep in mind, Robert Jordan didn't just create one world. He created so many different cultures, different continents, but also different realities in this series. Spoiler alert, I won't explain more what I want to say there, but oh my goodness, he put so much into this. And yeah, Tolkien created whole ages and worlds, but it was really still just one world he came up with. Robert Jordan's depth of world building is incredible, and others have gone on and been inspired by that to make such amazing things, but Jordan did it first. You need to check that out. Number 4, the characters. He creates characters with such strong, powerful relationships, with huge growth arcs, and with amazing sacrifice. If you get this series, you truly buy into these characters. They come to mean so much to you, and you rise and fall with their travels. Number 5, the ending. There's such an incredible payoff for the journey through this epic fantasy series. It's one of the best endings ever. Brandon Sanderson brought it home with the final 3 books, but they're all based on Robert Jordan's notes. This is the ending he intended for us, and it's a payoff like no other I've known. You have to have the journey to get to that destination, but it's worth it. There's a bonus reason. If you discover this series is your thing, you will be able to connect with a fandom that is amazing, that will welcome you with open arms and will be happy to love on what you love. They're a wonderful group. I love being part of this fandom. And that, again, that's bonus. But these people, they're good people. That's what I have for you today. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.